Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Brakat Yahweh, Brakat Yahweh Shah, Brakat Yahweh, Brakat Yahweh Shah, Brakat Yahweh, Brakat Yahweh Shah, the water, Abba, called Kadash. I'd like to give the honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone that teaches us truth, which we know is 100% true, true word of our Lord. Found a new location. I think I'm gonna try to do my classes, do my lessons here. Um, like I said, it'll be a start, but it's a beautiful place, beautiful area, and try to do what the Lord is required of me to do. Teach His word, man. We're definitely at the end time. We got to definitely prepare as if so, and how do we prepare? By continue to do these laws, statutes, commandments. You know, do these high holy days that we have, because we're going right now to the Passover, and Lord will, this will be the last Passover. You know, but nobody knows the day or the time. Only the Father. That's Yahweh. But the way things are going, the earth right now is in turmoil, and for us Israelites, we're at the bottom. And that's a beautiful thing for us, because how much worse can it get for us, as a people? You see, our people are totally destroyed, man. And anybody that don't want to see a change of leadership, then then you're on the side of evil. That means you subscribe to the things that's going on in the world. And you see a lot of jakes, man, they don't want to see this thing come to an end, because they're so comfortable being in their captivity, man. The Lord put us here to be perpetual slaves. He put us here to be rulers. But this is just part of our learning process that we have to go through, man. We had to go through the bad in order to get to the good. That way we can know both sides, man, good and evil. And now we know the purpose of these laws, statutes, commandments. What's the effect when you don't do these laws? You see, the earth is in such a bad condition now because they do everything. These heathen do everything against the laws, statutes, commandments. They eat up all the animals that the Lord had put here to help clean the earth. They pollute the earth. They eat the shellfish, they eat the pork, the swine, and all that. But those things are put here. The Lord put them there to help clean the earth. Not to be devoured, not to be eaten. And therefore, you have all these diseases, that a lot of our people suffer from because they're disobedient. They won't listen. You can't tell Jake, you so-called Black, Hispanics, Native Americans, know that you can't eat that swine flesh, or that you can't eat those crab legs, or that shrimp. Jake will fight you over something like that, man. He takes that shit personal, because it's been so ingrained in him to be disobedient, man, to follow the ways of the heathen. We're not the heathen, man. We're supposed to be a holy people. That means separate. We're separate from the other nations, because the Lord requires much from us, man. To what? What's that saying? To whom much is given, as much as who much is required, as much is given. Something like that, something of that nature, roughly paraphrasing. So the Lord expects a lot out of us, man. And especially when you come into the knowledge of this truth, what's that saying? When you know better, you do better. And that's what we're supposed to do, man. We're supposed to change our whole lifestyle. That's like being born again, man. That's that baptism, that spiritual baptism. Not literal baptism, but spiritual baptism. When you take on this word, man, you take on who you are. When you know who you are. When they know you're an Israelite. A lot of jakes know they're Israelites, but they don't want to let go of the world, man. They want to continue to hold on to the world, and therefore they're going to go down with the world. It's like a ship that's sinking. Either you're going to stay with the ship, or you're going to get in a lifeboat and be rescued. And Jake rather go down with the ship, because we can see it's definitely taking on water, man. They're definitely taking on too much, going over there in the Middle East, and now they got their ass in the bind, man. And Lord will, is going to lead to the return of our Lord, man, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Now, they talk about the return of the Messiah, but it's not who they think it's going to be. It's not going to be Caesar Borgia coming down in the cloud, riding some white horses, man. No, it's not going to be that. We understand through this knowledge, man, that it's going to be the Lord in those chariots, man, with those angels coming to redeem his people, his elect, his chosen few, the elect of Israel. And Lord will that we are the elect, man. But that was just it, man. I want to make something quick, get ready for the MOTB, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, that no man may be able to buy or sell unless he take that mark. And that mark means charagma. And so we almost in that time, man. As soon as they crash this economy, because by things that they instigated over there in the so-called Middle East, it's definitely pushing towards a crash, especially here in Babylon the Great, man. Things are pretty much ready to go into a turmoil, to a tailspin. And Lord will, we're going to be saved out of it. So with that, say shalom.